marks the 1 year since you lost Doug, so that's where I want to start with the Kantor family. I imagine it's been an incredibly difficult year for you all, and you've had a lot of time to reflect on Doug's memory and how he tragically died. So I just want to open up the conversation to you to hear what you hope these types of discussions might lead to.
Yeah, it's been a very difficult year, and it's even more saddening to know that 98 other people lost their lives in the same block that my brother was killed, which tells me that this wasn't a one-off fluke accident, that this is a problem that is going to keep happening until we all come to a solution and correct the problem. And we're here today on this show to talk about solutions, because I don't want to see other families go through what we're going through, as well as I hope that part of my family being here can bring about that change, to see the things change in the city, so that we can say, well, you know, we were a part of that and my brother didn't die in vain. I don't know if you want to get into anything else, or if you just want us to go through. Yeah.
Well, you know, I think along the lines of what Nick said, I kind of look back at it as, historically, if you look at Prohibition, you took alcohol away from citizens, and the criminals ended up with all the alcohol and all the guns, which is kind of what seems to be happening today, is we're going after gun control against citizens who have passed background checks, who are honest, hardworking citizens, and on the flip side, the criminals are getting the illegal guns and killing the good people, yet they get to walk free. So that's kind of like a solution we really need to take a look at, because it's going along the lines of Prohibition back in 20 to 33.
Okay, so that said, obviously this conversation has a timeliness, being the 1 year anniversary of the shooting that we saw on 6th Street in Austin, but also this conversation has more of a time peg given the recent school shooting in Uvalde, Texas, that killed 19 children and 2 school teachers. So obviously this conversation has been ongoing now at the federal level, and senators today just announced a bipartisan deal today on some school safety measures and some violence prevention measures. It's not a lot of new gun laws necessarily. It's a pretty moderate package that these senators put together. But Councilwoman, I kind of want to start with you, because a lot of the violence that we've seen on 6th Street and part of the 6th Street Safer initiative has focused on that underage violence, and that's one of the parts of the package. Is they want to address purchases for those under 21 by creating a type of waiting period to allow for investigative, reviewing those people's backgrounds. So I'm curious, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm really glad that you tossed that to me, because it's very timely, considering item number 91 on this week's council agenda. On Thursday, the City Council will be addressing that exact issue. It directs the city manager to look at any and all options to either prohibit or ban the sale of AR-15s to individuals under 21 years old. And where at the city level, I don't believe that's the proper function of local government, what I will be debating is whether or not we're sending our city manager on a fool's errand to try and solve a problem that we have no jurisdiction to follow. If someone in our community sincerely feels strongly about the issues that we're facing related to guns, then they need to address our state and federal partners. As a council, we could send a letter on behalf of how the entire council feels to try and advocate for or against certain measures. But to direct city resources to address something that it has no jurisdiction in our charter, or even when you look at the Texas Local Government Code, that's not something our city can address. And so I would encourage my colleagues on council to advocate for what they believe in or don't believe in, but not to waste city resources on something that we have no jurisdiction over.
Lisa, I want to turn the conversation to you, because you've been such a large advocate for safe storage gun laws. I'm curious if you think that this federal package, what it has, is enough, given that a lot of the crimes that we see in Austin on 6th Street are perpetrated by people who obtain their guns illegally.
Well, the one thing I do want to say is I want to point out is that just recently there was a resolution that was written. Michael had come to me about a few months ago and had explained that there was a situation going on 6th Street. So I immediately contacted City Council as well. I also reached out to the Bar Association because I had some contacts that were there. And we just passed a resolution that would is going to basically, I brought it with me just to make sure I was on the right side of it and saying the right things. But basically, we are giving the bars an ability to get wands so that they can start patrolling the area and making sure that anybody that comes into their bar will be wanded. And so what it is it's a resolution that directed the city manager's office to go ahead and solicit all the bar owners that are downtown and how many of them would like to purchase or not even purchase, have a wand, because the wands will be purchased by the city and then they will be distributed out along 6th Street, and not only 6th Street but also Rainey Street is another issue that we have, and so we need to address both streets. And so in the resolution, both streets were addressed during that time. And so both of them have the ability now. Now what it is for families to go down and making sure that the city managers, city council is following through with what they said they would do and making sure that those wands are being distributed, find out exactly who on there wants them and how many they are going to have purchases done and what the deadline is.